They fit in my hand, that's all I care about.
Everything fits in your hand. You could palm these, and you go like, that fits.
I'm gonna palm her instead.
I mean, I understand what you're coming from, Walker.
Hey, I'm Walker.
I'm James.
And I'm Ethan, and this is the Arsenal discussion. Okay.
I wasn't ready.
It's good enough.
Yeah.
Shit.
Okay, this is episode 21.
21.
Episode 21 of the Arsenal discussion. We don't have, as usual, anything specific to talk about.
We're also missing a Cole.
Yes, we're missing a Cole. Is this the first one Cole hasn't been
No,
on?
this is like the third.
Oh, okay.
5th. 20.
I don't even think, we barely have 20 podcasts. This is the 21st.
I keep dropping sweet tarts.
I know.
That's Marty. There's a
What's
difference between
the difference?
What do you mean what's the difference?
What's the
Smarties
difference?
are sweet.
What are sweet tarts?
Sour.
Tart.
That's not a flavor. Is that a flavor?
Yes, tart is a
Sour.
thing.
It's like between bitter and sour.
I mean, Pop Tarts aren't very tart.
They can? Mm-hmm. A valid argument.
Always do.
Okay, so go ahead and tell us about the brain, James, that you're just trying to explain to us.
Just put them in my mouth.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
No rush.
We can always edit things out, no?
Or not.
We will.
We really don't.
Maybe.
I forgot to turn on timer. I'll do that right now. Did I turn it on?
No, you didn't.
Okay.
Speak, shut up.
I'm thinking. It's just not coming to me.
I swear to God.
You only think with the left side of your brain.
Oh, no. Okay, so there was this thing that I was watching where back in the day, to treat, I believe it was leprosy, the doctors were testing something by, they would separate your left and your right hemispheres of your brain. Like there's like a thing down the center that connects them to that sends the signals back and forth. Well, they were like, okay, let's cut that out. Let's just get rid of it. And so when they did that, they found that there was nothing like too major that happened, but the patients over time, like they started noticing that one half of them did things opposite than the other half. Like if they were to reach for if they had like a bunch of candy set out in front of them, their right side, which is conscious, I believe, because the left side of your brain is the one that talks. The left hemisphere is the side that talks. So you would reach for something with your right hand and go like, I want this. Then your left hand would grab for it and go like, no, and would put it down. It's basically like that. I'm not saying that really happened, but I'm saying that's the concept of it. And so they were doing this, and what's it called? After testing people where they would have like a divider in between their eyes, and they'd have two separate monitors, and like with their, with one side of their face, or with one eye saw something and be like, what is in your left hand on one side of the monitor, and on the other monitor it would say, how are you feeling? And then they'd go like, oh, I'm feeling good. And then they go like, okay, so what's in your left hand then? And so they're like, nothing's in my left hand. And they pick it up and they're like, oh, well, I would always just pick up this just because I can. And their other hemisphere would always try and rationalize why they couldn't do it. But that also brought up upon the idea like, there's another part inside your brain that's silent when it's like that. So you are the voice that's speaking because that's on one hemisphere, all your vocals or all your speech. That other hemisphere doesn't have that, but it's still able to be conscious and stuff, and it can do things on its own accord, but it just can't speak. I just found that really weird.
I saw something like that the other day. So, like, there's people that argue that you don't have a soul. So your soul is like what you are, like what defines you. Like there's something inside of you that is your soul. People say that that's not true, that you're just, flesh and bones.
Yeah, I agree with
and
that.
So, okay, so let me explain to you. So they did a test where they monitored the brain and they told someone to raise their left hand. And so they raised their left hand. And they said, okay, put it down. put it down. And what they monitor is there's a certain section of the brain that tells your body to do that specific action. And so what they were able to recreate was that they could, I guess, shock or trigger that part of the brain, and they could make the body do that without telling it, without the person having to do it consciously, I guess you could say. So in that instance, something was controlling your body. They had to set up a computer, and they, I guess like clicked, and then your body did something.
Okay.
So that was your brain being attached to a machine. So the machine is what told your brain to do that, correct?
Yeah.
So when it's just your body, what tells your brain to raise your right hand?
Your brain.
Your soul. No, something has to trigger that in your brain.
Now, is your soul... Now, let's go to this.
Your soul is what controls you. Your soul controls your brain, because your brain has to be told to do something. That action has to come from somewhere.
It's called the rest of the brain.
Okay, well, what about this? What about the people who, they have memory loss to the extent where they can't... Or amnesia, I would assume, where they just don't remember who they are anymore, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Those people, there's some people who go like, I don't know if this is how the old me would have done things, and sometimes they're completely different. Like, the old person would have a completely different personality than the new person, or the new afterwards. If you had that same singular soul, wouldn't the soul know, wouldn't the soul do things in the similar fashion of of before you damaged your brain?
So I see what you're saying. Like your soul, it doesn't define your personality. Your personality can change depending on like what experiences, and so if you lose your personality, if you lose all your memory, you don't know how you acted before. So your personality is influenced by how you were raised to an extent. So everybody has different personalities from the moment they're born, but they can change and be altered. So that's the same thing. But what I'm saying is that your soul functions as the control center for your brain. So like in that instance, a machine told your brain to do that. So what told your brain to do that before when it wasn't hooked up to a machine?
So I guess you could say that it's sole purpose.
It's sole purpose.
So...
That's your only line.
That's all I've been thinking about this whole time. It's like I'm waiting for it.
I want to meet someone with their hemispheres split.
So I can comb over?
No, their brains split. I want to meet those people.
How exactly does that treat leprosy?
Oh, I don't know. It was just something they did.
Just kind of mess around, like, hey, leprosy, let's mess
Well,
around.
there's nothing about there's a thing, I think there's a book called The Power of Habit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what it's called? And I've never read this book, but I've heard somebody talk about it. To where there was somebody that lost their memory, that like so bad that they wake up every day and don't know who they are, where they are, what's happening.
Yeah.
So the people that take care of them, who have to re-explain to them every day who they are, why they can't remember, stuff like that. They one of the things that they have this person do is just go for a walk. They don't know where they are. They don't know what neighborhood they're in. They don't know their way back home. And so every single day, even though that person had forgotten everything, they walked the same path every day. Because their mind, even though they can't remember, has been doing that same action since they've lost their memory. So even though you don't know, your body's still choosing the same route.
And whenever you try and you would ask them about it, their brain would rationalize it, I would assume.
Well, no, they'd probably just say, that's just how I decided to go.
That's rationalizing it.
Yeah. So so they have no idea that they're walking the same path. I don't know if they explain it to them, but no matter what, you would tell them. Even they could even like tell you, hey, explain to them like every day you walk the same path, even though you can't remember. Even if they think they're choosing which way they're going, they're not. Their brain already knows where to go.
Mm-hmm. So like, say you had a pedophile, okay, and then they forgot everything. But like every time they saw a small child in tight pants, they'd get kind of aroused, but they wouldn't understand why, because they forgot they were a pedophile.
Yeah, I guess. So then I guess you could relearn that you're a pedophile.
Is it really something that you learn how to be a pedophile?
No, it's something I guess it's something that you realize that you are.
It's like
when you realize you're. No, has
like
a
a
good
trade
question.
school for pedophilia.
Do they? If you were a pedophile and you forgot your memory, you lost your memory,
You're
and
trying to
then
say
you
I'm a
started,
pedophile?
huh?
You trying to say I'm a pedophile?
No,
Yes.
no, not you.
Keep
Just
going.
in general, if a person is a pedophile,
Keep going.
like they lose their memory, and they slowly start to realize that they enjoy looking at children. Do they like think that's wrong? Like, oh crap, what's wrong with me? Or do they go back to their old ways?
We need to find a pedophile and try this out.
So you want to find a pedophile,
Give him a concussion so he forgets who he is.
cause memory loss.
And then throw him out into like a Chuck E. Cheese's.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna see how long until he realizes that he likes small children.
Okay. I mean, there could be something that goes wrong with that, but you know.
But I mean,
What's the worst that could
are we
happen?
really connected? Because it's not like we let loose a pedophile because we let loose a new person.
But their brain is still a pedophile. Their
So-
soul's not. Their brain is.
So we
But
should.
how do you know their soul isn't?
Ethan, I don't
Their
think
soul's telling them to do it.
Ethan, I don't think I've ever
Their
agreed
soul's
with you
going
on a
like,
single
look
one
at
of
that
these.
kid.
No.
I've never once agreed with you on a single podcast, and it's because you say stuff like this.
This is not my.
His
This
brain was a pedophile.
is not
but
my
his soul
argument.
wasn't.
It's not my argument. This is just something that I saw. I'm
what
not
told his
arguing for or
brain? What
against.
told his brain to look at small children's butts?
I guess the
What's up with you
soul.
and pedophilia today? But
It seems like a decent example.
no.
I mean, I guess it was the soul that told it to. I mean, that's not my argument. I'm not arguing for or against. I'm just saying this is something that I saw.
So the question is, what do you arrest? The soul or the brain?
The person, not the neither.
Well, he's just a victim.
So
He's a
so
victim.
you're
The
a
brain
victim. You're
is the victim of the soul.
and
the
your body is the victim of your own brain.
Yes.
And the child is also a victim.
Could you hold that up in court? Like, listen, officer, I didn't do it. My brain told me to.
Look, I was listening
I'm
to
the
this
victim
podcast, okay, and they told me that the
No,
soul...
there was a dude who I believe he ran over someone, and whenever he was in court, he told the judge, I didn't know any better. That's why.
That happens. That like people that are like psychotic, there's a reason they don't
Plead
go to
insanity.
jail. Because if you plead insanity, that means you didn't.
No, he didn't plead insanity.
He just said you didn't know better.
Yeah, he said, "Oh, I never was told that.
I didn't
So
know
I didn't know any
Hire
better."
Someone.
And so they let him out, basically. I think they fined him.
Well,
and he
there
had to pay the
was
fine.
there was this guy who was like he was taking some sort of sleep medication because he couldn't sleep, and one of the things is sleepwalking was like a side effect. And this man fell asleep, took the medicine, went to bed, got him sleptwalked, drove to his parents' house, and slaughtered both of them. And on the drive back home, woke up covered in blood, and turned himself into the police station, told them he doesn't know what happened because he's on this medication, and he woke up covered in blood, and they found his parents dead, and they didn't jail him because it was under influence of medication that was prescribed. He didn't know what he was doing. It was in his sleep.
See, that's a really good example of some messed up shit.
We had a conversation one time about Cole about like how people should be punished for things. Oh, jail.
Oh,
I think we should reinstate spanking as a national punishment.
No.
It needs to be. Kids should be hit in school. Like
I
the
mean, like
coaches.
grown men.
Grown men.
Like,
yeah.
you stole this candy bar. That's a spanking. Like, you have to go to court, they bend you over from the judge, they just...
That will do nothing. to
Humiliation.
It'll make it hard to sit down.
You get a guy who's like, is 6 foot something, who's like 300 pounds, and you're like, go spank him. And you're gonna get like a tiny little kid, or a tiny little, what's it called?
Judge. No,
Not-
that should be a job. A
Yeah,
professional
whatever
spanker.
the
Oh,
spanker
It's these
I
job
like
large
is.
that.
guys that just.
All you gotta do...
What if it isn't a large guy? What if
Spank
it's a
'em.
tiny little dude? What if it's like a 4 foot dude who's like only can bench press like 50 pounds? And
But he
goes
has
like,
this, like,
he
really
goes like
large
this, he goes,
hand.
ah.
Well, you have to have, like, a qualification. Like,
Yeah.
you know those little, like, the bell thing, you have to hit the thing as hard as you can? Yeah, you take that and you just slap it as hard as you can, and depending on how high it is.
So, why can't you just use a paddle?
Because that ruins the point.
What do you mean that ruins the point?
Oh, you're
The
not
point
using it. You're
is
just
you're-
like with your hand.
Yeah, that's what he means.
The
He means,
pure
like, slapping
embarrassment,
their ass.
the pure embarrassment of being in front of the jury and having this big black man just put his hand all over your butt as hard as he can.
I mean, I guess there's a 1, 2, like you get tried for a certain amount of spankings, like it's
Yeah.
community service.
Could he charge the man who spanks him with assault, battery, and
Only
sexual
sexual assault?
Only if he does it more than he has to. So if there's 5 spankings and he does like a 6th one.
What if he does it sexually?
Is there really a non-sexual way to spank?
But
Did
what if he does
your
it
parents ever
sexually?
spank you, or are you saying that was sexual?
No, that's kinky.
Your parents never spanked you.
No, I was a perfect kid.
I was spanked
of
a lot when I was little. I was hit with a belt once.
I hit back. My parents tried to spank me. I just spanked them back.
I mean, apparently I would
I
tell
bet
my
my dad
parents that
over
it
just-
didn't hurt, and I was like, that didn't hurt. And they would just continue to spank me.
You're just like, everything is fine.
It's like, try me. It's like, I will make it hurt. Pulls out belt.
My mom said like my butt would be like blistered red, and I'd be like, it didn't hurt. And it hurt.
There's just a tear.
Yes,
It didn't hurt.
Thought? You thought? God.
There was so when they used to like be able to paddle people like in schools, so,
Yeah.
like when our parents were kids.
That's why I got them on the rowboat and they all paddled out to sea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, so my uncle told me him and his friend John, he's got a friend named John that was just like this, he was like crazy, he's insane. But they were doing some stupid crap in school, and they had like this little teacher that was like
Plotting against killing Santa?
like 4 or 5, or like 5'2", like it's this really small teacher who took them out to this hallway and like paddled them. And she was so weak that they just laughed the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Because of how weak this teacher was. And apparently, like, my dad said the coaches used to drill holes in their paddles so it would go faster through the... Imagine if Coach Heath spanked us when we were late.
That hurt.
Oh, that'd be so weird. We have such me and Coach Heath like have this like. It feels like we broke up.
Yeah,
Like,
when I see Coach Heath in the hallway, he just kind of looks at me and I'm like...
Yeah, I was at the vending machine once.
You broke up with the coach.
Yeah, so I was just sitting at the vending machine getting a protein bar. I turn around, he's just looking at me from the door. He's like, "Sup?" Like, "Oh, hey, coach." And he's like, "How's it been?" I was like, "Oh, you know, losing weight since I left." And he's like, "That's good. How you been doing it?" Like, dieting. Okay. And he just kind of
Like,
quietly walked away.
I don't even talk to Coach Heath anymore, but like, other way I had my music in, and I was walking to the wood shop, and I walked by his office to get to wood shop, and like he walks out, and like I wasn't paying attention, kind of like steps in front of me, and I like see him, and I think he said something, and I just like kept walking, like because I had my music in, I didn't hear what he said, and I was like,
You have no respect for the people you dumped. You just want
like I didn't like run into him, but he was like right there, like he stopped so I could go past him.
So, we also have the sauce.
That's
Let you
sauce.
drink some of it. Just drink.
I'll try a drop of it.
No, to trust nothing. Literally, if you had my salsa is hotter than this.
Well, give me something to eat it on.
No, just
Give me like a chip.
just drink it.
It's gross.
Just waterfall.
I want a tortilla chip.
Why?
Because it makes sense.
See this kid? He can do it. It's like the Taco Bell sauce. It's the equivalent of that.
It's good. It's really not that bad. Like it burns, but it doesn't last.
See?
It just burned. That's it.
See?
It tastes. I like the taste of it. I was putting it on my freaking lunchable when I was eating that. I was like, I opened the fridge and I was like,
This is the
Lunchable.
Death Stalker hot sauce.
made with the second. This is in the vlog, but it's made with the second hottest pepper.
Yeah. Or it's made. I think it says it's made with Reapers, which are the hottest.
No,
Scorpions. Okay. So it's scorpion peppers, red habaneros, vinegar, garlic, onion, lemon. That's basically it. Yeah, I make hotter salsa with the ghosts.
Well, yeah, because this is made with a hotter. I guess because it's got honey in it. Maybe that like takes away a lot.
That's
of
probably
hurt.
why I'm not a fan of it that much, because it's the honey.
But you don't taste honey. It doesn't taste. I guess it's kind of
taste the honey.
It's kind of sweet, I guess. Just a little bit.
So Eli Horn is messaging me for all the papers we've done in the past week in history.
What's in?
We don't have history.
Government. Sorry.
It's basically history. That's.
It's technically a history class. Yeah.
So tomorrow, do you know who's gonna be president?
Mr. Woodruff asked us that. He's like, if y'all could vote, who'd y'all vote for? I was like, I was a month off. The two of y'all could have voted.
So who are you voting? Who would you vote for if you could?
Trump. We all agree.
Y'all
Everyone on the
can.
podcast was Trump.
Yeah. Y'all can vote. Y'all just didn't register.
If Hillary wins, I'm gonna be slightly upset.
Slightly salted because you're gonna get deported.
If Hillary wins.
If Trump
wins,
wins,
you
everyone's
get
happy.
deported. Yeah.
If Trump wins, I'll be alright. I'm fine with Trump winning.
But
I
Hillary. Oh, yeah. Did I show you guys the picture? It was you ever want to see how an old blonde woman getting ganged up on by a bunch of Latinos looks like?
Yeah.
And it was the Hispanic voting chart, and it was like Trump is like doing better than Hillary with Hispanics. Yeah.
That's how you know it's mess. Like, he like made like a couple racist comments at the very beginning, but like,
They weren't even racist. He was
like,
talking about legals.
Yeah, like that's really what it was. Like, I've seen like went to the mall a couple weeks ago, and I saw all these like Hispanics like rallying, vote for Trump, like with these signs outside at the corner, and I was like, he's not that bad a guy.
Earlier today, this black girl was trying to fight a guy because he said he was going to vote for Trump. And it's like, you're really not making a good point.
Me and Cole heard some black people yelling, "Make America Great Again, vote for Trump" in the parking lot today.
God bless. Many more people like that. Can you? The audio quality is just going to be like completely static.
It's gonna go.
From like the entire video.
Yeah.
Mess it all up.
Well, we've also been running for about 20 minutes now.
It's decent.
About time to wrap up.
What do you think our longest podcast was like?
The live one, I would assume.
The live one was like 30.
I think we made. Yeah, I don't know. Our first one was pretty long. Our second.
There was also probably one that we got very far into, and then the camera died.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this has been Walker.
This has been Cole,
And I'm Ethan.
and this is the Arsenal of Discussion.
This was episode 21.
It was.
It's over now.
Or was it episode 20 because the live one was an episode?
That was an episode.
Or
But
it wasn't an episode.
I counted. I didn't count it as.
You didn't count it as one of these. You counted it as a
No,
live episode 1. That's what you said you
Well,
wanted to do.
Everyone subscribe to my channel. There's my most popular video right there where I'm pointing. Right in the... Everyone look. Look how beautiful
What
it
is
is.
your? What is
Our
what-
gameplays on the this channel or on the other one, the vlogs?
on the vlogs?
Well,
Go watch
also,
our gameplays on the vlogs.
Here's episode 1 of our Halo series where it's me and James playing Halo.
Skyrim. Watch that one.
Watch
Better.
me playing what's that game? Dead Souls? No, not
Dark
Dead
Souls.
Dark Souls.
Dead Souls.
Watch me play Dark Souls.
We haven't posted any of that yet.
You're gonna.
Instead, watch the footage of me and Ethan playing Kino, wall guns only, because that's an actual video that's being posted right now.
How long did that end up being? Like 45 minutes?
It was like 30.
Did you edit it down? No, I thought
I put our names like you said, and I
I'll
posted
solo
it.
play a game later.
Let's see if it was.
Where? Let's see.
What?
Don't worry.
Okay.
Let's see.
No, it's definitely episode 20. No, 19 was live stream questions.
Okay.
And then we yelled about Miss Hawkins.
I need something to throw at the camera. Give me a second.
Just smash a guitar.
It wasn't even in the camera.
Look, it doesn't even matter. I'm done.
Later. Okay, that was better.
All right.